the king of the panderers. Matter of fact, y'all watch this, and then I'll spin the block and close it all up.
We know that Haitian New Yorkers, Syrian New Yorkers, they are a part of the fabric of this city. And we also know that while a judge stayed that decision until today, that it still has left so many living in a state of permanent insecurity and anxiety. And we are speaking about New Yorkers who have been a part of the lifeblood of the city, who have helped to make this city what it is. And our administration is not going to allow these communities to be terrorized on their own. We are going to be standing up for these communities, and we have instructed our Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs to continue to connect families to free and confidential legal help. That is something that is going to continue, as is the fact that our city services are going to be accessible no matter what the person calling status is. And at the federal level, we also know that Congress does have the power to give these families permanent protection, whether they be Syrian New Yorkers or Haitian New Yorkers. And it should use it now, before more parents are separated from their children. And it is something that I am very much adding my voice to the call for Congress to take this action to do.
So you also said that back in high school, you used to love high tops, dunks.
Yes.
Was there a favorite pair that you had, or like a grail pair that you wish you got your hands on in high school?
God. I remember my first pair.
Okay.
I think it was from a place called Dave's Meat Shop, which was somewhere in like the Lower East Side. This is like...
Doesn't sound sketchy at all.
2007, 2008. It was $90, which was a lot for me to drop on a pair of sneakers at the time. I remember caring about them so much that I took them off to play soccer in the courtyard.
Wow.
Yes, I ended up burning through my socks and my soles, and I had to be carried to the school bus afterwards, so I didn't crease my dunks. I think my favorite pair, though, after that were a pair of irons. They were like these high top dunks that were, it was almost like gray suede.
So you don't believe in beating up the dunks, like no creases, no dirt, like you're cleaning them every time you get home.
I bought a couple of them that were used.
Okay.
And so for those, I was like, these are what they are. Like I'd wear my irons every day without any, fears about it. But when you buy something new, it's hard.
I understand.
But then when that first crease comes, you're like,
forget it.
It's over.
That's how I feel about my
I'm gonna
cowgirl
keep the toothbrush just for me and not for my shoes anymore. Yeah. Just for me and not for my shoes anymore. Yeah.
Going into your amazing parents, your mother, legendary filmmaker, she met your father while making Mississippi Masala, right?
Yeah.
Which stars the legendary Denzel Washington.
New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani was heckled outside Gracie Mansion after newly released Epstein-related records drew public attention. The protests followed the release of Justice Department documents that reference Mamdani's mother, filmmaker Mira Nair. Nair is mentioned in a 2009 email referencing a film-related after-party held at the Manhattan townhouse of Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, a longtime associate of Jeffrey Epstein, is currently serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for sex trafficking.
Now he wants to... In 2017, Zohran Mamdani released a rap track that praised 5 convicted Hamas funders known as the Holy Land Five. Now he wants to run New York. Mamdani says, look him up. So we did. These 5 men were convicted of funneling over $12 million to Hamas, a U.S.-designated terrorist organization responsible for the murder, rape, and kidnapping of civilians, including Americans. Mamdani sent his love to convicted Hamas funders. Let that sink in. Mamdani says, no wall will make it fall. That's an open door for criminals and chaos. Zohran Mamdani stands with convicted terrorist funders and wants open borders. This is New York City, not a sanctuary for terrorists. Zohran Mamdani, unfit, un-American, unthinkable.
Throughout it all, we will, in the words of Jason Terrence Phillips, better known as Jadakiss or J to the moi, be outside. Because this is a government of New York, by New York, and for New York.
Now we're going to head to the race for New York City mayor and a new controversy.
Jennifer Bisram reports Zohran Mamdani's past is being questioned. this is politics. This is New York. So literally anything can happen.
The latest polls show Queens Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani as the New York City mayoral frontrunner, beating former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Mayor Eric Adams. But the 33-year-old Democratic nominee, who identifies as a Muslim immigrant from South Asian descent, is coming under fire for a label he claimed as a high school senior applying for college. According to internal data from a hack of Columbia University, the New York Times obtained, Mamdani, who was born in Uganda, checked a box that he was Asian, but also checked the box for Black or African American on his Columbia University application.
So, let's run this down. As long as he panders to you, he can apply for college and claim that he's African American, even though he was a Ugandan immigrant whose family owns a gated community where they hire locals to protect them from locals. Then he immigrated here. Now, you know, he claims to love urban sneaker culture, so you should understand that because he keeps a toothbrush for his kicks too. Matter of fact, you know what? I get it. Yeah, I mean, let's play the fucking game here, right? The pandering. Then he gets on stage and he quotes a couple of Jadakiss lyrics, and y'all are happy. He tells you how $90 was a lot of money for a pair of dunks when his mother is an award-winning movie director. I mean, Denzel Washington ain't nothing to sneeze at. Even back in that time during Mississippi Masala, I was long enough to remember. I remember when the shit was in the theaters. But yeah, so now here we are. Mamdani is terminating Haitian city employees in country under TPS program that Trump killed. But I thought he wasn't worried about none of that shit. That's what he told everybody, right? Because remember, he, as an immigrant, runs this city now. And the city does whatever he, the mayor, says do. He's using you and setting you up for failure. But I'll go back to what I said the last video. Why did the same party that he resides under, Governor Hochul, Chuck Schumer, and all the rest, create an environment where 57% of New York State and New York City healthcare workers are people here under work authorization? Not immigrants, not naturalized citizens. Work authorizations. That means these people are here either as TPS, DACA, asylum claims, or H-1B. But those numbers, when counted under color of law, are counted under the immigrant population, which does not include naturalized citizens or people that are here under the law. Which means that 57%, if we round that up, that means that 60% of 1199 SEIU workforce and the overall New York City and New York State healthcare workforce are non-American citizens. So we see how many Haitians just lost their jobs. What happens when the next group is next? And why is a whole industry's survival predicated on whether or not groups of people that are here admittedly temporarily, whether or not they stay in good standing, when Americans, birthright, naturalized citizens alike, should be the ones working the jobs. And when you look at the home health aid numbers, it jumps to 73%. So on both ends, that means to the people who will always be here when it's time to fight for contract, when it's time to fight for observance of your CBA, the contractual binding agreement between the union, the League of Hospitals, and all the employers, the people that have no dog in this fight, because on average they're only here 4 to 6 years before they either get sent back because the asylum claims don't hold up, or like we're seeing now, that group loses TPS, they're gone. Here today and gone tomorrow. So what happens tomorrow doesn't really matter because they don't know if they're going to be here. But the people who have to stay and live with the decisions made are the people who sit back and say nothing because they don't want to rock the boat and they don't want to upset those that are in charge who belong to the communities that they come from. The rest of us have to suffer. I understand people don't like what I'm saying, but these are the facts. And I'm going to stand on those facts. And when y'all are ready to wake up and do what's right for yourselves and your families and your fellow countrymen, as well as the other naturalized citizens who are being abused as well, not to mention the people under these work authorizations who are also being abused. That's why people under H-1B visas now, that's why that whole system is being scrutinized so hard, because people are being abused. They are scared to file complaints because it can lead to their deportation. So they're not going to say anything because it does not serve them. And if it doesn't serve them, if they're not serving what serves the contract, then they're not servicing you. And we're the ones stuck here where now our contracts are no longer even covering the minimum cost of living increase, which means every time those people sit down and renew your contract, every time Dennis Rivera, the fraud king himself, sits in the room with Yvonne Armstrong and Veronica Turner-Biggs and everyone else and negotiates that contract on your behalf, they're doing it to your detriment because it doesn't matter. And they know that there's 60% of you are gonna say nothing. Therefore, it doesn't matter. Get out of your emotions. Make logical decisions based on the facts before you. At some point, it's gonna be much too late, and you'll be at the point of no return. And just as the woman told you in the last video, the party that you're supporting, the actual white supremacists who are creating these systems to undercut all Americans, when it affects black Americans first, we're always the first ones to feel the fire when shit get hot outside. By all means, if you feel anything that I've said is incorrect and you have the facts to back that up, leave it in the comments. Now, if you feel a way, you can leave that in the comments too, but that's not my cross to bear. But it is my responsibility as a birthright American citizen to wake my people the fuck up. Wake up!